Hello, this is Tender Draco, bringing you another StarCraft cast. This is more from week 7 of the Broodwar Clan League, Little League. So we've got HatcheryCake in the bottom right, representing nOm, nOm Squad 1. And we've got Tarpman up in the top right, representing iRk. It's going to be a ZVZ today. And it looks like both players are sending their overlords out, luckily, towards each other, so they'll get the scout off right away. Let's see what the openers are going to look like here. So far, no early pools or anything like that. Thanks, everybody, for being here watching this video. And if you would, drop a like, subscribe, comment if you got anything to say, or even if you don't. It'll help me boost the engagement, and I'll definitely respond to you guys as I get started here with casting some more StarCraft. I believe this is the 8th StarCraft cast I've done for this YouTube, or 9th, somewhere like that. So we've got a spawning pool on 9 here for HatcheryCake. Looks like he's going to go for the extractor trick, right? Nope, that's actually a guess. So he's going to go with 9 pool speed here. Or a layer rush. So 9 pool into gas anyway. And we've got a 12 pool out of Tarpman. So a little bit more economy based, but nothing like a 12 hatch or anything. So also going into the gas here. So HatcheryCake's getting his gas here earlier. It's going to enable him to get a faster layer if that's what he wants. But Tarpman is going to have a couple extra drones, so a slightly bigger economy here. It looks like he's going to go ahead and take a expansion hatchery as well. And here we have HatcheryCake seeing exactly when that goes down. Meanwhile, Tarpman is going to see no expansion. Of course, I guess he doesn't know that HatcheryCake is there yet. Lings coming out, going to start pressuring that right away. We're going to have 4 lings, make that 6 hatching here in just a moment. Should be up in time to hold the pressure. HatcheryCake's going to be trying to put some damage here on this hatchery, maybe force some drones to be pulled and maybe get some kills on those. Certainly force some extra lings to be made from Tarpman, but I don't think he'll actually get to kill the hatchery, not unless he sends more lings out. We do have ling speed started for Tarpman. Lair was started for HatcheryCake. So lair timing is pretty fast. Meanwhile, Tarpman going to have that second hatchery and the ling speed. So these lings going to back up and head home again, looks like. Meanwhile, the Overlord's going to get here and see the lair, and he's going to see it finish in just a second. It looks like HatcheryCake's Overlord is going home. There's no real good reason for sending it home. Usually you want to leave it here to see the lair timing. But at least it won't get picked off, so there's the lair. Lair finishes here and Spire right away, so just one base, basically a Spire rush from HatcheryCake, and he's just banking gas. No ling speed. He's got his lings at the top of the ramp, so he's just going to try to power up with as many mutas as he can right away. Meanwhile, Tarpman, he has his extra hatch. He's got a whole lot of lings, not enough to bust here, but he's going to have ling speed, which helps him kind of micro. Looks like 12 lings versus 12 lings. He's also got lair almost finished here, and I think that's going to be an Evo chamber for spores, since he sees that HatchCake is going to have more mutas out right away. But as long as he can survive with the spores, he is going to be able to overwhelm eventually, catch up on the muta count. So yeah, that's exactly 12 lings. Making a nice little arc. And then 12 lings here. Probably going to see the Spire here. Nope, Spore first. I think Tarpman is concerned about getting the Spores up right away because of the oh my gosh. Okay, so 3 mutas. And then since HatcheryCake has extra money and no extra larva, he's going to go right into +1 armor, which is kind of a nice boost here. For sure. I think HatcheryCake could definitely afford a second hatchery at this point. Maybe after an Overlord, but hatchery in main or the expansion hatchery. Either one would be a good follow-up. But here we have 3 mutas hatching. 4th one started. Moving across the map. Meanwhile, for Tarpman, this base is not mining yet and the gas isn't started. But we do have a spore up and 2 spores in the main. Still no spire coming from Tarpman. He's trying to keep his drone count up. So, HatcheryCake gonna pick off an Overlord here. We might see a Ling counterattack here, but 12 Lings, there's still 12 Lings to defend, so unless that drone is trying to, yeah, I think he's going to try to move down and take an expansion hatchery, but Tarpman is there to deny that. Still making more mutas. There's the spire started for Tarpman and the second spore in the natural. And it looks like HatcheryCake's going to move out. I like this timing because he still has, let's see, about to be 5 mutas, and Tarpman has none, and I think it's 12 Lings to 10 Lings. So HatcheryCake actually has a slightly superior Ling count because a couple were picked off here. So if we have a Ling versus Ling fight, HatcheryCake is going to be able to come out on top, especially with the supporting mutas. HatcheryCake also going to be able to take second base. Link's going to move in, try to put some pressure on the spore colony. Some other Links from Tarpman coming back to defend. Nice surround from Tarpman. Those Lings coming back in to support. Sorry, those mutas coming back in to support the Links. We're going to see mutas started for Tarpman. Okay, that's all the minerals he could afford right now. Minerals are tight. He spent a lot of money on these spore colonies. There's 4 of them, so that's 4 drones and the 125 minerals to get them up. So definitely a pretty big investment. And so he's running a little short on minerals right now. Looks like it's going to be 4 mutas for Tarpman, and we've got 7 mutas for HatcheryCake. So definitely if he just has a straight muta fight, this is very good for Tarpman. Very good for HatcheryCake. Tarpman needs to stay back in the defense area of the spore colonies. But the spore colonies are not exactly covering the spire there, so HatcheryCake is going to be able to get a little damage on it. Looks like thinking about moving the Lings in as well. Scourge can be an effective way to try to catch up. 2 Scourge cost less than a muta, and if they connect, then that's worth it. I think HatcheryCake could definitely keep pressuring that spire. Ooh, nice snipe on the Lings there. That's so many mutas. I think he could definitely kill the spire if he wanted. Tarpman is not taking his natural gas, so he does have a slight drone count, and he has the spore colonies, which is an advantage. But HatcheryCake's going to have his natural gas up first, so and he has such an overwhelming muta count right now. But I believe the game has kind of evened out here. HatcheryCake able to catch up on economy, and Tarpman able to catch up on muta count, so it's kind of evening out. The 2 openings eventually, what's the word? Converging. The 2 openings converging into a very similar midpoint here. Similar drone count, similar supplies. Tarpman taking his natural gas. HatcheryCake's got it down already, and has more larvae. Let's check the Ling count. And the muta count. 10 to 9. Okay, so Tarpman's got a slight muta lead, but HatcheryCake has a slight drone lead. Tarpman is also safer to move out and harass with his mutas because he has the spore colonies defending, whereas HatcheryCake has no such benefits. I think we're going to see Tarpman able to take this fight. He does have 1 extra muta, it looks like. 6... Okay, actually it's really close. It looks like HatcheryCake was doing some really good targeting. Wow, it's rare to see the numbers grind down so low. Oh my gosh, okay, so HatcheryCake with that one last hatching muta is able to scare Tarpman away. The muta count just drops so low. HatcheryCake with the 3 extra drones there, that's a huge lead. It's hard to defend. It's hard to run away when you're stuck in a muta fight like that, because the chasing mutas can get moving shots off. So you don't really want to be the one running if you can help it, especially when it's so close. So with that trade down there, I think HatcheryCake is actually just straight up ahead here. In every way except for the spore colonies. Let's see what we've got hatching here. More mutas. Scourge gonna come in. One pair does connect. This micro battle is very difficult to pull off, so he tries to moving shot back. Okay, nice. There we go. There we go. That was really done. Well done. So a couple of mutas get really low, but they'll be able to heal up. That's 8 mutas versus 5. He's going to start harassing the gas there. Supply count is starting to grow a little faster for HatcheryCake. I think he does have superior ling count just by a couple lings. Got some Scourge moving out here, going to try to connect. They might be able to come back and flank, actually, or pick off a... it could pick off a reinforcing muta. Okay, going to head back to the fight. Some Scourge coming in here. Mostly scouting, but they might be able to pick off a muta. Nice, nice moving shot. Another one does connect. Okay, we've got a 2 muta lead for HatcheryCake, so Tarpman has to back away. This game is really close, guys. The skill, these two players are pretty evenly matched in skill level, it seems. HatcheryCake taking a third. This could be the real linchpin of the game. If he can get that third up, it's going to give him such an insane advantage. Some good Scourge connection for HatcheryCake, it looks like. He's going to have 10 mutas to 7. But Tarpman can fly back to the safety of the spore colonies. You don't want to be fighting over spore colonies unless you have an insane lead. And here, no, he's running away. He's got 9 mutas to 11. Okay, so Tarpman actually catching HatcheryCake a little bit out of position here. His lings are going to win the ling fight, and his mutas are going to overwhelmingly win the muta fight here. Scourge coming in from behind. This might let HatcheryCake catch back up. Tarpman sees them coming. He does damage one, but not pick it off. One does connect. There we go. That is what HatcheryCake needed to get away. Picks off 1 muta, and he's going to be able to get back to safety. More mutas hatching, and the lings do kill a drone. And they are going to get cleaned up here. So almost catastrophic moment there for HatcheryCake, but at the moment now he has over a group of mutas, and Tarpman is attacking in and not going to be able to retreat quick enough. This might be the moment. Wow, 1 muta left. I think HatcheryCake now finally does not have to worry about the spore colonies. He could attack in and just start killing spore colonies and drones. This base is up. He's transferring a couple of drones. 22 drones to 15, 52 display to 31. Most important of all, though, the 13 mutas to 5. And again, I think HatcheryCake could go in and start sniping. Ooh, careful with these. Okay, good connections there. Good connections on the Scourge. That always helps. Gonna catch these mutas. Get on the safe side. HatcheryCake's mutas are going to be able to get some moving shots as Tarpman tries to retreat back to the spores. So a good positioning there. More Scourge connect. Tarpman, if he has a couple more good Scourge connections, it starts to help him even up a little bit. But we have a third gas started for HatcheryCake, not to mention the third hatchery's worth of larva. Okay, he's going to lure the mutas out here. You don't really want to fight over the spore if you can help it. You want to put some damage on the spore and then fight the mutas off of it. Definitely very micro-intensive. But HatcheryCake's double the supply. And that's in drones and mutas. No links being made on either side. Looks like Tarpman is going to try to take a third base. I don't know if he saw HatcheryCake's third, or if that's just the idea, but HatcheryCake could easily go for the denial. Problem is, HatcheryCake has no spore colonies at home, so he's got to be careful of a muta base race, since Tarpman has the spores from earlier. But my gosh, he could just attack, move in, and win, I think. We've got 7 mutas. And spores really stop being effective once the mutas start getting this high. However, it's hard to control this many mutas. HatcheryCake's got his hands full with 2 groups of mutas. And we're going to see a couple of lings moving around. They could try to counterattack here. HatcheryCake catching Tarpman's mutas out in the open again, picking off a couple, chasing them back home. It's going to back up, and I think he could just dive on the spore colony. It's going to die almost immediately. He's going to dive on the other one, and then he's going to turn around and fight Tarpman's mutas. And Tarpman's going to tap out. GG. That was a very high-quality ZVZ out of these two. HatcheryCake taking game 1 for nOm. All right, we have game 2. Just going to put these in the same video here. Game 2 of this best of 3 between HatcheryCake and Tarpman in the Brood War Clan League, Little League, Week 7. This is between nOm 1. We have 2 squads for nOm, so nOm Squad 1 versus iRk. Right now, HatcheryCake leads the series 1-0, so if he wins this one, he'll take it. Otherwise, if Tarpman wins this game, we'll go on to game 3, which I will also put in this video all together. So we had I believe last game we had Tarpman going for the fast expansion, slightly later muta count, and so he had the spores to try to hold. HatcheryCake going into lair first and then expanding later. The real catch, though, is that HatcheryCake, besides taking some really good fights and macroing very effectively, he actually got his second gas sooner than Tarpman, even though Tarpman had that second base going the whole time. So HatcheryCake actually eventually, with just the better macro, and then took the third base, which kind of sealed the deal. So definitely some strong play out of both of these. So we're going to see, it looks like a 9-pool into extractor here from Tarpman. And it looks like HatcheryCake going for a 12 hatch. So kind of reversed roles from last game. HatcheryCake is going to be the one on 2 bases. And Tarpman, as of right now, looks like he's going to be going for a 1-base play. That's kind of the standard asymmetrical style of ZVZ. If you do have the same build, then you've got that symmetrical 1 base versus 1 base, or 2 base versus 2 base. But one of the very common ways this matchup ends up going is an asymmetrical style where one player is going for 1 base Spire, like 9-pool speed, which is what we're seeing here, into fast lair, whereas the other player goes for the hatch first, kind of defends with lings, gets a later lair, and has to get spore colonies. And there's a lot of variance in how that can be set up, so it's not like one position is better to be in than the other, because you can have this 12 hatch, you can do a 12 pool into hatch later. As it is right now, we're going to have 6 lings coming in for Tarpman before this pool finishes, which is really fast. HatcheryCake went for the 12 hatch and then a pool afterwards. I didn't catch the pool timing exactly, but his lings are very late, so he's going to pull all of his drones here. We've got 8 lings now for Tarpman moving in, and we've got 6 lings. I like the drilling here. Just 1 drone down so far, and 6 lings are hatching, so with some really good micro, 6 lings and drones should be able to handle 8 lings. However, 3 drones have died so far. That should be it. Definitely worth it. 3 drones killed is huge in ZVZ. See, now it's 11 to 8 drone counts in favor of Tarpman. Now, HatcheryCake does have 2 hatcheries, so he's got extra larvae. So if he can spare the minerals, he can definitely get drones back up again. But that was definitely worth it for Tarpman so far. Now he is getting... oh my gosh, the Spire has already started. Wow. HatcheryCake is going to see that. He is going to scout that the Spire has already started pretty early on. But his response is going to have to be thrown down an Evolution Chamber here really quickly, or a Ling all-in. HatcheryCake could just go with the Ling Flood and just kill Tarpman before the mutas hatch, but he's got to be quick, otherwise it's going to be Evo Chamber into Spores, and then a later Lara and Spire to try to catch up with the second gas. But it looks like we've got... It looks like he's thinking more like the Ling counterattack here. How many Lings do we have? 16 Lings. That's going to be up to 18 Lings versus 9. And Tarpman going to be trying to grab this hatchery here. He will have mutas to keep it alive once the mutas hatch. But HatcheryCake moving out here. 18 Lings. Hold up. Not 18. Is that 20? 12. No, that's 18. I think that's 18. Well, it's going to be less than 18 in a second as they start killing each other, but more Lings coming up. Okay, yeah, this is definitely just the Ling all-in from HatcheryCake. He's going to have no anti-air, so he's just going to bust down this hatchery. Probably force a cancel. Yeah, force a cancel, kill the drone. Tarpman's going to try to set up a good concave to hold. This is so many Lings from HatcheryCake. He's down 2 drones up on supply just with Lings right now. If he can bust in, we've got mutas started. If he can bust in and start killing drones... Problem is, even with just a couple of drones, those mutas are going to have literally nothing to kill them. So one muta does hatch right away. I need to... Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on this. Oh, he's going for the Spire! Oh, I love this. Okay, so we're just going to have 2 mutas if that Spire does go down. The Spire... Oh my gosh! 21 hit points on the Spire and it survives! Wow. Okay, so HatcheryCake here in a bit of trouble. He has another gigantic flood of Lings coming in. He's going to target the Spire down. Okay, the Spire does go down. We have a sunken colony, but that is so many Lings. And we've got 2 mutas moving across the map. That's all... Wow, he didn't even start more. So that's 2 mutas is all Tarpman gets. And if we have a base trade, because there's no anti-air at all, Lings kill buildings way faster than mutas. So as long as these... Nice drone drill trying to keep the sunken colony alive. The Lings running around. Wow, what an incredible hold from Tarpman so far. Muta's killing drones left and right here, but more Lings coming in. Okay, the sunken colony does go down. What's our Ling count? 5 to 6. Ooh, Tarpman's Lings get caught moving or holding still for just a second. That's huge. This could be the difference between winning and losing. Another wave of Lings comes in for HatcheryCake. He's killing drones, and Tarpman has to tap out. We had... Where were they? Where were the mutas? Yeah, we had just like 2 mutas running around the map. They're not going to be able to kill buildings. And so HatcheryCake's next move would just be to target all 3 buildings down, and that would be game. What an incredible sharp play. So Hatchery takes the series 2-0. GG's. Thanks for watching.